Hey guys, another question that we often get asked, or I just tell people even if they don't want to hear, is where did the idea for My Money Zen come from? How did it all get started? Our origin story has two parts to it. When I got started, and then also when Lauren joined me. It actually, like many of you would know, was never intended to be a business. I was actually working at my first decent part-time job at the Advertiser in Adelaide, and I started saving money. I always liked money, even as a little kid, I wanted to make money. So I started saving. I was pretty excited by how quickly it piled up. And then, wanted to make a bit more traction, and I was getting frustrated that I couldn't bring more in because I was studying as well at the same time. And then I had this thought that just because other people were working full-time and bringing in a higher income doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing good things with it or making any more traction than I am. If I'm putting my money towards, good things that are important to me, I could make even more headway. And I just had this idea that it's not how much you make, it's what you do with it that really counts. And so, from then on, I was on a mission to just be really clear with my money and make the most of it, and wanted to set up a system to achieve that. And so I ended up developing this system that worked really well for me, and was able to, just save more and more. And, I was starting to get really psyched about my money. And as I was, it comes up in conversation, I was talking to people about it. More and more people started asking me to set it up with them. And when it worked for them in exactly the same way, I was really shocked. I thought I've just created this thing for me. And, the fact that it just worked so well for other people was a real surprise. And so many people started asking me for help, more people than I could actually physically help. Mm-hmm. And so from then on, it became a big dream for me that I wanted to make it available to other people via an online web app. So and then it's really just this, the beginning of this year, Lauren came back from teaching up on the APY Lands in a remote Aboriginal community. Shout out, APY Lands. And so I snapped her up as soon as she hit Adelaide. And so that was February of this year, 2015. Yep. So, and then Lauren's got her own story as to...
I guess my journey with My Money Zen started when I asked Kylea to set it up with me. I could see that she was having really great results with her money and others around us who she'd helped. And then, I was making a decent income, so I, wanted some help. And not because I was out of control with my spending or... that
Lauren's
things were crazy.
Quite conservative.
I'm a very conservative person, especially when it comes to money. So I didn't have many expenses. I wasn't crazy with my spending at all, but I just felt like I don't know where all of my money's going, and I don't really know if I'm doing well. Am I spending an appropriate amount? Am I saving an appropriate amount? Really, really hard to work out in your head or on a bit of a spreadsheet that you've done up yourself that doesn't really, accommodate for everything. So that was my first interaction with My Money Zen. And then what I've been able to do is, save quite a lot of money over the last 4 years and be really clear on how much my life costs.
And I think the thing I always found really interesting about Lauren's story is that because you were working and earning such good money, something that you said to me just afterwards we'd set it up, is that before you felt like all there was bills, and afterwards it felt like there were hardly any bills and that there was plenty of money, you know, and that's the difference that it can make. And I just thought that was fascinating for someone on a pretty high income and with hardly any expenses sort of thing. So that, I found that really interesting.
And it's fascinating because it didn't change the amount of money coming in at all. It just gave me real clarity and organisation around my money, so much so that it felt like there was more. And it felt like the bills were taken care of. And then the other thing that happened was spending 4 years living and teaching remotely meant that I had reached burnout, unfortunately, and when I came back to Adelaide, I didn't want to just jump into, you know, the next available teaching position for me. I needed a really big, decent break so that I could make the best choice for what I wanted to do next. And because I've been able to put some money aside and I know how much my life costs, I was able to easily make the decision to take this year off. And I didn't, at the start of the year, I didn't think that this is where I would be working with Kylea to, you know, get My Money Zen off the ground. But it happened so naturally because I was able to feel what it's like to have the freedom to take time off and not have to worry about finances. And I just couldn't believe what an amazing gift that was. And when I knew, you know, that the possibilities that this could give to people, I just thought, I want to help Kylea get her dream off the ground. This is too good a gift not to give people when we know that there are people around us who really want a solution in this area, and we've got it, you know, and we want to give it to people. So that's, how it came about.
And I think the other cool thing about what we're doing now is that we're with the Entourage, which is Australia's #1 entrepreneurial education association. I think Lo's also really excited about, for both of us, learning about entrepreneurship and from a leading organisation and what that can mean, further down the track for her, when you combine that with the education side of things as well. So,
Great. Well, thanks for asking about our origin story. I hope you liked it. Bye.